So I don't really know what's going on because I just subscribed to my own YouTube channel and I have absolutely no control over my phone. I haven't been on social media like Facebook or TikTok or anything like that or email since November. I've been under illegal surveillance since my mum admitted to signing some kind of document which was obviously used in court and perjury. So I have a message I would like to send to whoever is hacking and stalking me, and that is I would like to speak with Ernst and Maria, my ex and his wife, because they stole my identity and have done a number of crimes of which I have all the evidence for. And obviously, YouTube is not, YouTube is not the way. Because I subscribe to my own channel, which I don't think you can actually do. But I'm going to read it out actually, what I've said here. I've said, hang on, just because, you know what, I don't even know if the letter will get to them because my post is intercepted. I can't use email, I can't use anything actually. Let's have a look. Bear with me a second. I've got paper everywhere. I'm always writing. Okay, so that's 3. Oh my god, I should have thought of this a bit sooner. Okay, so, shit, I've lost page 1 and 2. Where did they go? Damn it. Well, basically, all I'm asking for is, in 2019 when I left, my ex, out of revenge, because he wanted to destroy my life and thought that if he kept the children from me, then I would go back to him, which obviously didn't work. So he married somebody. Well, I'm not going to say the reasons why, because I cannot be completely sure of them. Aha! But I do have my letter. Right. Dear Bear and Maria, firstly, out of kindness to the boys, I ask you that you please allow them to speak to me. They are terrified for whatever reason. And whatever you think they're going to say to me about your secrets and the lies and the perjury and all the bullshit, I can assure you that they have said nothing because they are terrified. I visited them in June 2023 because the boys were calling me daily throughout their holidays and when you guys were both working. And I would literally be on the phone all day, just like having the phone on speaker while I was doing my things, and they were just gaming, and sometimes we didn't speak at all, and we certainly never ever talked about either of you. In fact, whenever I brought it up, it was just dodged, like I would say, so what's, is everything okay, whatever. They just didn't say a word about either of you. I pieced it together. Because I healed and because I managed to get my life together, which is why I left. And we had an agreement that I was going to have the kids. But what really broke my heart was when basically, here I'll read it. So they would speak to me and they would be gaming and we didn't speak very much. So I would say to them, oh, you haven't spoken to me for like 2 hours. I need to go to the shops. And Samuel would literally beg me not to get off the phone and say, when will you be back? When will you be back? And JJ, which absolutely broke my heart, said, it doesn't matter that we're not talking. I just want to hear you breathe. And that struck a chord. I knew they needed their mother. and you have put so much pain and you have tortured my children so much by literally trying to erase me from their lives as though I am dead overnight. And I love them unconditionally and they love me unconditionally, and you need to allow them to speak to me. You need to allow them to speak to me freely. I mean, every time that either of you, I guess, would come back to the house or the dog would bark, they'd be like, Daddy's home, and it would just be, the call would be terminated. It was like they were absolutely scared, terrified, but they never said anything why, never. It was me that pieced things together, yeah, you give them clothing, you give them food, school, it's not enough. They need the love from their mother, their biological mother, okay? People split up all the time, okay? Hearts can get broken. My heart was broken from my first love. That happens, okay? But the fact is, you don't go out intentionally to get revenge and destroy their life by completely taking their children away from them, illegally abducting them. They were in my custody, and yet I am unable to get any help, which tells me a lot. Also, when I went to the house in June 2021, I picked up 32 pieces of mail from the empty house. By the way, I want my stuff back. And all 32 letters were actually addressed to me. And contained in those 32 letters were things that are going to put you guys in prison, because my bank statements, cameras prove that I was not in the Netherlands. I was in the UK from December 2019, and I did not travel until June 2021, and that's when I got all the letters, and I found out all of the things that you guys have been doing to me when I returned from my trip the second time in June 2023. Okay, and the reason I went is because it was clear to me that they needed me. They still didn't say a word. It wasn't until the last day when I was told, I'm too scared to go home because they're so mean. I can't have that, okay? So all I'm asking for is for you to allow them to have a phone, which I'm sure they have, okay, with WhatsApp on it, okay? You know what my number is, and I'm asking you to make sure I'm unblocked and they can call me whenever they want, because otherwise I'm going to go very public. I mean, Mr. Ernst, you should know that you can't win on this one, because I'm completely innocent and I have all of the evidence, not just the 32 letters that show tax fraud, immigration fraud, tenancy fraud, oh my God, identity theft, buying things from catalogues, doing all sorts of things in my name when I was not in the country. It was just absolutely ridiculous. And also this fake lawyer who on the legal aid form seems to be your lawyer, Mr. Ernst, yet I got the bill that says you have to pay her. The whole court case was just an illusion. It was totally pathetic. The fact that my lawyer, who you're paying, but is my lawyer, in the paperwork, which also has the wrong birth date of my eldest son, who is not your biological child, and you're keeping him prisoner. You're keeping him prisoner because you know that he wants to live with me, and you're so scared he's going to divulge these secrets. But I already know them, and I already have evidence. And I'm not talking about going to YouTube. Let me tell you, this will be global news. This will be on TV. This will be around the world, and the public, okay, will demand, because of the pain you've put those two children through, the public will demand. They will demand that you are imprisoned and, Maria, that you are deported. and the social workers and the investigator who was supposed to investigate child neglect and abuse will also be one of the faces of disgust, and she will also be imprisoned, because I compared all of the paperwork that the fake lawyer sent back to me. And as I told you, I have it all on a USB stick. I only sent her a fraction of it. I sent her about 5 or 6 emails, each containing a document of several pages. But I have over 17 categories, and within those 17 categories I have over 4,000 screenshots, emails, documents and videos. Okay, and when it's released to the public, say like, I don't know, maybe Westminster, because of Brexit, that would be a big deal. The British public need to have a little bit of, hey, yeah, we are a good country. And the Netherlands, which is number 3 in the world to live in, it will show that they do not look after their people. Their people take bribes, and corruption goes on, and child abuse and neglect goes on because of it. So I suggest that you allow me to get this letter to you and allow me to speak to my children, or you will pay the consequences. And it won't be me doing it. It will be the public. What is it you wanted to say, honey?
No.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Oh yeah. That's yeah. And another one that the so-called lawyer, who clearly wasn't a lawyer, maybe I spoke to a lawyer in the beginning, and she realised, she is well prepared and has sent a fraction of evidence and backed out. And then someone else who couldn't spell, grammar was terrible. It was just, it was a joke. There's just so many holes in the paperwork. It just is a joke. Okay. So, the lawyer actually told me in another email to get a lawyer. Yet she is supposedly my lawyer in some paperwork, which wasn't stamped. Yet one of the things from paperwork that was stamped, which couldn't be used in court, from some lawyer, Overcliff, therefore that one was stamped with one court, yet the other letters were stamped with another court. My name was wrong. I mean, everything was just wrong. Anyway, I mean, the children have begged me to, be with them. Just let me speak to them, or there will be consequences for everybody. I can promise you that.